What's really good, YouTube? This is District 1 and today I'll be reviewing the collaboration between Sacai and Nike on the Cortez 4.0. Before I get into it, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bells for any updates. It motivates me to make quality sneaker content for you guys. First and foremost, this pair is a celebration of the 50th anniversary of Nike then Blue Ribbon Sports' first release of their classic sneaker, the Nike Cortez. It is also a collaboration between Chitose Abe's lauded fashion brand Sacai and Nike's classic silhouette, the Cortez, in the debut model, which is the Nike Zoom Cortez 4.0. The official name, however, on the box is Nike Zoom Cortez SP, meaning special projects. And this white and university red colorway is the inaugural colorway for this model, but there is going to be a gray colorway coming to the public very soon. Now, Nike and Sacai have been collaborating on the LD Waffle, the Vapor Waffle, and the Blazers. And you see throughout all those collaborations, they instill Abe-san's design language of splicing two garments into one. So I'll be doing something fun at the end of the video where I'll be ranking all of the Nike Sacai collabs. But before I get into it, let's dive deep into the history of the Cortez, as well as Chitose Abe and her label, Sacai. Originally developed by Bill Bowerman, one of the co-founders of Nike then Blue Ribbon Sports, the original Cortez was the first track shoe that Nike adopted from the original Corsair design from Onitsuka Tiger into their own rendition. Now, this model is not exactly the same as the OG Cortez, which has not been outputting through Nike as of late, but this could be an indicator of the resurgence of this model. So Chitose Abe is another major element of this sneaker. Abe-san is the creative director of Sacai. The brand has been lauded by Vogue magazine as influential in breaking down the dichotomy between casual and formal clothing. And this is something that we see throughout the Zoom Cortez 4.0, so let's get into the sneaker. So starting with the box, this box also tries to splice the old with the new with the modern Nike branding here on top in transparency. Here you have the old Nike logo, an ode to the Cortez's released in the 1970s. And then here you have the sizing tag in this drawer style box. So starting with the toe box, we see here this heather gray shaggy suede extending into the eye stays. On the lateral side, we see predominantly this nylon material with this synthetic red leather swoosh. Also on top of all this paneling is a pad printed gray swoosh right on top. Moving on to the back of the shoe, you see some of this heather gray suede continued, as well as another panel of this blue suede, true to the splicing approach that we see common in Sacai sneakers. Also, on the top you see both Nike and Sacai co-branding on this red synthetic leather pull tab. So onto the laces, you see here in traditional Sacai fashion, double laces throughout the eye stays, one being the rope lace and the other being the more traditional flat style lace. And in regards to the tongue is predominantly of the nylon white, except for a small little hoop for the laces being in a slight gray tinge here. Going up onto the tongue, you see Nike and Sacai co-branding up top. So onto the midsole and the outsole, this is where the shoe really shines, with that little blue spoiler in the back of a darker hue, matching that of the blue suede panel on the heel. In addition to that, we see some of this cream and white detailing from the heel to the tip of the shoe. Also note the predominant presence of the Zoom Air unit. The inner collar of the shoe is of this navy blue mesh material, and the insole boasts Nike and Sacai co-branding. So the bottom of the shoe boasts this crispy white rubber with a traction pattern that is similar but different from the traditional Cortez traction pattern. And also at the center is embossed Nike branding. So in terms of resale prices and secondary market, I feel like the resale prices aren't too bad. So my recommendation is that if you're keen on this shoe, you should buy it right now. Prices aren't bad. So it's a little hard for me to find fits on IG right now because this shoe is also quite new. But I really dig this very tonal look here. It transitions from this light blue top going into the navy blue pants and into the nice blue tones of the shoe. So it's really playing off the tones of the blue suede panels of the shoe. And here we're trying to leverage the pop and wow factor of these sneakers from this very minimalist ensemble on top. Now let me give you guys a fit check.
So in terms of sizing, I'm a true to size 8. I initially got these in a size 8 and they were actually a little bit looser than I wanted. So I opted to go for a size 7, which is what the store had left. They didn't have a size 7.5. I was hoping to squeeze into them. And unfortunately, these are a little bit too tight. So my recommendation to you guys is just to go a half size down from your true to size. So for these Zoom Cortez 4.0s, don't be fooled by the straightforward color blocking here. It is a loud and chunky silhouette. Because that's the case, I recommend you guys pairing this with baggier pants slightly draping over the shoe. This is not your average Jordan 1, so just keep that in mind when styling this sneaker. So in terms of craftsmanship, the materials used in this sneaker is of the common Nike materials portfolio. Nothing crazy here in that you see the standard nylon, suede, as well as synthetic leather you see in other Nike sneakers. However, I do welcome the fact that there's a shaggier sway around the toe box as well as the eye stays. It allows for the shoe to have another subtle pop there that you probably wouldn't see in the standard Nike Cortez. Honestly, I was dismayed by the quality of the glue application on the sneakers. You could actually see some glue stains on select portions of the shoe, most notably on the back side of the shoe. In addition to that, during the factory run of these sneakers, sometimes operators would mark different panels. And so what's supposed to be a crispy nylon material on the lateral side, you could actually see some faint marks of pen on the lateral side. So I would say Nike should have done a little bit better given this is a high profile collaboration. Lastly, for the outsole, as I was inspecting the outsole, I saw small specks of black on certain portions of the sneaker. Not something super major, but something I'm just nitpicky about. As I see that, that tells me one thing is that as they were molding these outsoles, they didn't fully clean out the tool, and as a result, there were remnant materials from previous injections that were carrying over. So a little bit disappointed about that, but overall, the overall package is about the design language of the sneaker and what it represents. And I think holistically, bringing the color blocking together, bringing the silhouette together, I'd say it's just a knockout out of the park from a holistic standpoint. In terms of a craftsmanship standpoint, I would say a lot of improvement can be made here. So for my personal thoughts, I think that this sneaker is an acquired taste. I think it's really fun, it's really loud, and it jives very well with my wardrobe. I also like the fact that it really melds in the old classic Nike silhouette with Chitose Abe's design language of splicing in two different garments. So I think that's very refreshing. I do, however, think that the craftsmanship could be improved upon greatly, but holistically, the design and the sneaker is a hit and I will be rocking them. But is this the best Nike Sacai collab? So let's get into that.
Okay, so let's rank all the Nike Sacai sneakers. So first off, we see here, I already know I want to put the Nike Dunk Sacai Luxe in the Volt colorway bottom tier, straight up. I mean, I don't see anyone out here wearing it, and it's not just a flattering shoe to me. Even though it is a dunk, this was before the whole dunk craze, and I just can't envision anyone rocking something like this in a very tasteful manner, right? Okay, so next few items here, we see the Cortez that we're currently reviewing in this video. We also see two blazer renditions here, the low as well as the high. I personally would rank both of these lows and highs very similarly. I do see people out there rocking them, but personally, for me, I'm not a fan. Blazers are already so hard to put on. If you're adding in another lace set, you're gonna make it impossible to put on. Okay, so here we have the last three. I would say the LD waffle is S tier. It really much marries between what is in high fashion and mainstream, and you see a lot of people wearing these. I would put the Vapor Waffle as maybe an A. I actually don't see a lot of people wearing these, but I really do love the chunkiness of the shoe. It really celebrates the fact that it's unapologetically chunky. And then the Cortezes here, I would say that the Cortezes are also A tier because of its versatility. You know, it straddles the line between what is classic and what is modern. So, you know, that's what I really like. So I would say here, LD Waffle S tier, A tier, the Cortezes, and then a Vapor Waffle. No B tier here, so maybe another Sacai collab. But I want to see more S tiers.
In the end, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a justified update to a classic silhouette? Or are you guys just waiting for the OG Cortez to come back with more premium materials? I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys sound off in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.